What's up, you internet trolls? Not Christian T here. How the hell are you? Today I'm going to show you a few stick tricks a lot of drummers use, but more importantly, what I use. What the fuck is... But more importantly, the ones that I use when I'm playing drums. Don't mind the whole animal puppet hat, because I didn't want to do my hair today and I couldn't find a hat anywhere in my house. With all that shit out of the way, let's get started, shall we? The first stick trick is the classic stick twirl. A twirl looks like this. It's not a rotation, it is a twirl of the stick, okay? First, you take your peace fingers, your index and your middle finger, okay? Like peace, like all the girls are doing in the photos, right? You take that, you put the stick in the middle of that, and you want a good fulcrum. Okay, if you don't know what a fulcrum is, look it up on Google. Google solves everything. Okay? You want a good balance on your stick, because if you put it here, it's going to fall. No. If you put it here, it's also going to fall. You got to put it in the middle. Okay? When you do that, you're going to rotate your hand around using your wrist. You're going to rotate your hand around. And you want to keep your fingers tight but loose at the same time so the stick can move in the middle of your fingers like this. That is a twirl. It's going to take a while, but the more you do it, the more you can just move your fingers like this when you get enough momentum going. And eventually, it'll look like that. Okay? But you can only do it facing this way, because if you do it this way, it looks like that. There is a flaw in this trick. You can only twirl it facing the camera, facing away from you like this, so people can see that it's spinning, because it looks like it's spinning, but it's not spinning, because if you do it like this, people are going to know that you're a fraud, and you don't want that. You want to look cool as shit, right? Right. Because you don't want to just get good at drums, you want to look cool while you're playing drums. There's two types of factors, to be a drummer. You gotta look cool, and you gotta actually know what the f*** you're doing, right? Alright, so that's the first trick out of the way. The second trick I do is I'm gonna call it a backspin, right? Back rotation. So this is when the actual stick is physically rotating, okay? It's pretty easy. You can do this on any hand. Now you can use any types of sticks to do these tricks, any sizes as well. What I use is a 5A size. I use the Vic Firth Nova series because you can buy them in a big bundle of sticks and they're not crazy expensive. Okay? Oh, I also use wood tip if anybody cares. You can use any size stick. The B sizes are pretty big. Those go up to all the way up to marching sizes, which are huge. You can do stick tricks with those, but of course the bigger the stick you have, the harder it is going to be for you to complete these stick tricks, but eventually you should get it. I would recommend a smaller size. Start out with, do you, boo-boo. What the fuck do I know? You don't need to listen to me. So the second trick that I do is called the backspin, when the stick is physically rotating backward. You can do this with any hand that you would like. I do it with both sometimes. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to grab your stick like you normally do. Second thing you do, you're going to take your ring finger, right here, right by your pinky, and you're going to put it behind the stick, like that. Then you're going to push your ring finger away from you. And you got to do this kind of fast, but it's going to look like that. And then it's going to go over your middle finger, and you're going to catch it with your index finger. And then you're going to push your index finger right back. So I'll do that once again, all right? Grab your stick. Take your ring finger, put it behind the stick, okay? Push your ring finger away from you so your stick falls. Now you have them in between these two fingers, your ring finger and your middle finger. And then you take your index finger and you grab it on the other side of the stick and you pull it toward you, catching your thumb on the back so you can finally catch it back, okay? So, of course, you want to do this stick trick fast so you don't drop your stick, because that sucks. But we're only human, right? So it should look like this. It's just a real quick bloop, bloop. Here's what it looks like with the left hand. Bloop, bloop. And when you're doing that stick trick, make sure you make that sound effect. Bloop. Because you look cool. I promise you, you'll look cool doing it. The third trick that I do is one of the more complicated ones, but if you can do the backward spin, it'll be a lot easier for you to do this trick. It's called the over-under spin. In normal speed, it should look like this. What you're going to do is you're going to hold your stick like you do normally, and you're going to take your index finger and put it behind the stick so it looks like that. And then you're going to rotate your hand, your whole entire hand, away from you, but pointing the top of your hand needs to point down to the floor. You're going to intertwine the stick in between some of your fingers. So what I use these 3 fingers, the index, the middle, and the ring finger. I do not use my pinky, but you can actually rotate it within your pinky as well if you want to do all 4 fingers. I do 3 fingers because it's a little bit faster for me. So rotate your hand down. While you're rotating your hand down, you're going to intertwine the stick in between your fingers like this. Then once your stick gets to about here, for me, then you're going to rotate your hand back. And it's going to rotate the stick back so you have enough momentum to rotate the stick back in between your fingers yet again so you can finally grab it. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. On the last finger, you're going to rotate the stick. Remember that stick twirl that I taught you? That stick twirl? Okay, that. You're going to do that with your ring and middle finger when you rotate it back so you have enough momentum for the stick to come back to your normal hand. Okay, I'm going to show that to you one more time. Grab the stick, put your index finger on the other side of the stick, rotate your hand down toward the floor, rotate your stick in between your fingers like this. Once it gets to here, rotate your hand back over, interlace the stick back through your fingers, and come and grab the stick. Okay, it's a lot better to do this fast. You can keep doing it if you would like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so that's what it looks like. If you guys have any questions for me, please comment down below. I read all my comments. So the next trick I'm going to show you is the throw and catch, or the throw, spin, and catch. Yeah, that'll work. There's 2 ways to do this. You can throw the stick normally, quote unquote, that a lot of drummers do. They just throw it up and the tip of the stick rotates toward them, and it rotates once and you catch it. So it kind of looks like this. So you're going to take your index finger and put it here, and you're going to use that to flick the stick upward when you're throwing it, so it will rotate toward you so you can catch it. It should look like this. There you go. Do it one more time. Hopefully I'm in frame. Yay! One more time. Why not? Yay! Okay. There's another way to do it, which is a little bit harder. This is the way that I do it normally. It's when you actually rotate the stick away from you. So the butt of the stick, that is rotating away from you, and the tip of the stick is rotating downward toward you, okay, instead of upward toward you like the last trick I just showed you. Okay, so the cool way to do this is you want to choke up as much as you can on the stick so you have a lot of weight up at the front of the stick, so it'll be easier for the stick to rotate. The fulcrum of the stick is about right here. It's right in the middle of the stick. Whenever they make drumsticks, they balance each pair of sticks, okay, properly. So that's why there's a nice fulcrum, usually in the middle of every single pair of sticks that you buy at the store. When I play, I usually play a little bit of, I choke up a little bit on the stick, so I play with a little bit of an inch of give. But you can choke up all the way if you want to. It's totally up to you. When you let go, that's when you throw the stick, and you want the stick to kind of rotate on your index finger when you're throwing it up, so it's easier for it to rotate. So it's just, all you do is you let go and you throw your hand upward so the stick rotates. Okay, so it should look like that. Okay, I'll do it one more time for you, like that. That one's a little bit harder to do. It will take some practice, of course, but it's just a real easy, smooth, like that. I usually do it with my left hand when I'm playing on the snare, because you hit your snare and you rotate it up. Once again, hitting anything on the drums, it's a good rebound for you to do a lot of stick tricks. Just keep that in mind. The last stick trick I'm going to show you is one that I should have shown you first, but I'm doing it backwards. So this is the last and easiest trick that I will show you. It's just a rotation of the stick. So it's exactly like twirling the stick when I showed you how to twirl it, except instead of twirling it a bunch of times, you're only going to twirl it once. Okay? And it looks pretty cool at any angle as long as you do it fast so people don't know what you're doing, and it just looks like the stick is rotating once, but all you're doing is you're taking your peace fingers yet again, you're putting it in the middle, you're putting the stick like Wolverine, and you just rotate your hand down and you let go, but your stick is in the middle so it's not going to fall. So it should look like this in slow motion. Stick in between here, rotate your hand down on the floor, rotate it back up, okay? Technically your hand is doing this, but you're rotating your wrist a little bit. It's a full circle, okay? So down to the floor and up. And you're going to do it fast, yet again, because you need that momentum to do all of these stick tricks. You let go of your hand, you rotate your stick, you grab it, okay? And it's cool when you're playing drums, because you can just hit something on your other hand, okay? It's just a real quick boom, 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 boom. Okay? The best way to show people is away from you, just like the twirl. Because if you do it like this, you know exactly what you're doing. Okay? So don't do that. Away from you is the best option. Okay? If you do it fast, you can twirl it to your left or to your right, and people shouldn't pick up on what you're doing, but if they do, you know, who cares? Right? You're still playing drums, you're still having fun, you're still making money. Alright, you trolls, you drummers, you people below 20 years old, you weirdos looking at stuff on the internet. My name is Not Christian T. Be sure to subscribe for more videos, like this video, comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.